what's up? What is happening? Welcome to Bharat91, the Indian Founder Stories podcast with Ashish Satpathy, where we bring you exciting stories of various entrepreneurs in India, the how, the why, the when, and the where. They started from the founders themselves. Today we have Miss Ummesalama Mala, the co-founder of USM Fragrances and Accessories. Today's episode is sponsored by Easycart. Start selling online today with your e-commerce store and a free Android app. Offer valid for a limited amount of time.
Now, from a personal point of view, I love fragrances. I mean, smelling good and feeling good is something that is very underestimated.
That makes two of us.
From childhood, I think, I've always wanted to smell good, and I always was attracted to people who were smelling good. And I always wanted to ask them, what perfume is this? What do you apply?
Right.
So, how did it all start? Let's just start with that.
So like you're saying, since childhood you've loved fragrances, it's more or less similar for me as well. I have always been fond of designer fragrances and bathing products and stuff like that. So the sensorial experience that you're talking about, right? So, and luckily I found a partner who has, and partner by partner I'm saying my husband. And he's equally passionate about fragrances, and he's got a very keen sense of smell as well.
Talking about that, did you guys, I think this was probably one of the conversation where you guys you asked him probably, hey, do you like fragrances, you like perfumes? Oh my god, I love perfumes.
No, actually the thing was that once he did get married, and after everything, I saw his entire collection of fragrances. And it's crazy. He's got amazing stuff, and I love each and every fragrances that he has. So and the same thing for me. And I always anytime I go out for shopping, first thing is that I'm getting into let me see what are the new lip balms, what are the new fragrances that are coming up, and I always get attracted to that section of the mall. So yeah.
So that's so good. You just can't refuse to go there, right?
But,
exactly. When you talk about fragrances, now how do you produce new fragrances? How does that whole process work?
So basically, like I said, we are fond of fragrances. So we just want to kind of really understand each different thing, how the mixture is, how it turns out to be, what is new, what is new in the market. Those kinds of things. That is the kind of process.
But what I wanted to ask, ma'am, is you produce fragrances from scratch, or?
Yeah, we do have our consultants who we work with, and yes, we do create different. If I have something in mind that I want to create in that line, so I have help, of course, and we create that along in time, and then we also see the sustainability and all of that. Like USM, we own free perfumes. So that's all water based. So the process is altogether very different over there. And we work with very specific ingredients that we can work with actually also.
Now, talking about ingredients, since I have a little bit idea, now let's say, the perfumes are all dependent on the layers that they have been segregated in, right? Yes. So if you want a stronger perfume, more bold perfume, it'll be having a little more of a woody essence to it, or woody oil
as a base.
Yeah, as a base. Now if you want a little fresh, it'll have flower base, that gives
a lot of
sporty.
greens. You can get into coriander, lemon, all of those kind of things.
Yeah. But, now what is the most popular one that's happening right now? What do people, after experimenting, what is the most happening one? The woody one or the fresh one?
So even now what we've noticed that when people are coming at our store, what we notice is that even ladies are very they fall towards the more musky fragrances, little more woody, even though they give that harshness, that little roughness to a fragrance, but in a subtle version, right? So they are liking that more. And of course, yes, men like the fragrances, the citrusy, and they like the versions of rose. Not just because it's a floral, men don't like it. They like but different versions.
Yeah, exactly.
So so at the moment, we are noticing a lot of ladies who are liking, more
guys.
They're falling towards the guy's perfume, like what we say is the guy's perfume. That's what they.
So what I would probably, say is an amazing perfume is something that is very mysterious. Now let's say it's like a smell that you can't get enough of it, but you can't put a finger on it. Like, what is this smell? That is something that I would probably love. Yeah. Because it just makes people
even when one person just passes through you, and then that the sillage that remains, that makes you turn. And what was that?
What was exactly? That is the fine kind of fragrance. What was that smell? It's like you're getting it, but you can't keep a finger on it.
You can't put a finger on it. Yeah,
that's lovely.
So that's a lovely one. And it takes you to a memory also sometimes of fragrance.
Oh yeah. So many. I think memories.
That's how we really relate our fragrances. That's how when we create also our fragrances, it is something that I need to connect with, both of us in fact. What is it? Where is it taking you to an emotion? Is it taking you to a memory? What is it? That has to be there. So that's when we create something new out of something, like we are thinking about it. So
I think it's also related to like people. Now let's say my dad uses probably this one perfume he has been using his entire life. So if I get that fragrance somewhere, I would be okay, my dad is around. Okay. Something like that, right? You feel like at home, you feel comfortable.
Yeah. Yes, that's true.
Okay, now coming to fragrances, how I believe it was an offline project before. You guys were operating offline and then you shifted online, or it was purely online from the start?
No, we purely were an offline based company kind of a thing. We first I did my first pilot project which we started off with was this concentrate perfume in a roll-on bottle. Okay. And since then we always knew that once we did that, we knew that we wanted to create alcohol-free perfumes. So that was like our the end goal kind of a thing.
But when we talk about alcohol-free perfumes, like the sustainability of the perfume, like last long factors kind of goes.
Yes, there are. It's an entire process, of course. Okay. There's a lot of R&D that goes. In fact, to create the start perfumes that we launched just as we started our store. The first 6 we came out with, it took us almost a year and a half, around 2 years just of R&D to only create those perfumes. To see the sustainability, see how much it is, see the strength on, after spraying, and also the expiry. It's water at the end of the day,
Obviously.
It's not something, it's going to stay still and it's going to create things inside. And of course, it's going to harm the skin, and there were so many things that were needed to taken care of. And all of that was, that was the process, we were going through one thing, the coloration, and there's so many things. So that is what it took us that much time to create, just the first 6.
Now, when we talk about online business, how did online, help you? Like, how did Instagram probably help you grow?
So we are on Instagram, and we have started it it's been a while now that we are on it, but it's taken us to new customers altogether. Like I said, we were in offline, we had a store. So we were only dependent on people coming to Panchgini as, as visitors. Okay. And that was our footfall, And of course, every time we used to get new customers, and of course they loved our products and they stayed as our customers as well. And but the online is so much more vast. Like Instagram is so much. It's making me reach people who have no idea about what is in Panchgini also. So that's what's helping. that is, of course, it's a very good thing in a way. And then, and also because my number is out there, and I like to be very connected with each customer.
I mean, like you are
online or
with,
offline.
Everybody, like personally.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, very much.
That's
I like to be that
though.
way. And if someone asks for me, I am there. Like, I like to be there, and that's what I feel is right. It's supposed to be. Because that's how, I mean, I like it like that also. I personally also like interacting with a lot of people. So
okay.
It's something from my end as well. And I mean, if someone's asking for me, I'm out right there. I am happy to be there.
And I'm so sorry about the background cow noise. It's it's pretty much work from home, so we have to deal with what we get.
Yeah, exactly.
But okay, so I mean that's fair enough. Now, like this is probably like you must have gotten this question a lot of times, but I want to ask it again. Who does the innovative, I mean, does Sir come up with new, fragrance ideas, or do you, who's more, okay?
That would be equally both of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, women's
if I come across something
field,
that I have, sorry?
I'm probably women's era is probably your field, and men's you're okay, you handled it.
No. Like I said, women are so much more inclined towards the men's fragrance.
Okay.
This is also what happens here at home as well.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's whatever we come across, something different. If I have read something and I have what about this? How about we do something like this? And I mean, it's a discussion. It's always a healthy discussion.
I mean, obviously.
And we come to a conclusion and we try something. Let's see how it works out. We get to it, start working on it, and see what does it create. So yeah, and at the end of it, it's our decision. It's the both of us who try each and every product. We even in terms of packaging, in terms of all of those, how to market and things like that. It's all a mix of both of us.
And now, talking about perfumes, I think, I would like to question this particular thing, that what is a misconception that people have, that you want to clear? But before that, do you also, guide people? Let's say, if everybody has a particular type of fragrance that would probably suit them, right?
Yes.
So, if I'm a new person, you guide them towards, okay, probably this would suit you, this perfume might suit you.
Yes, very much. In fact, when people I have at the store, so the first thing I ask them is, how do you like your perfume? What do you like in a perfume, are you buying a perfume for a party, or are you buying it for a different reason? Where are you going to wear this perfume the most, a particular one? I mean, if you're an outdoor person, and if you have, maybe for an example, you're an architect, or you're someone who's working on the ground all the time. So you're going to sweat. You're going to, so something more woody is not the kind of perfume that you would want to wear in a day also. And even though you're a man, you're a woman, whoever it is, I mean, if you're out there in the sun or in the open, and that's your work, it's not going to work for you. So then I approach towards the more citrusy ones, or the more lighter versions. Musk maybe.
Yeah.
Because that also gives a lot of freshness. If you mix the musk with a lot of greens, you get a really nice fresh fragrance also out of it. Not
and there are some
necessarily has to be a very strong
get
one.
Amplified when you sweat, right?
Yes.
You get the smell back.
Yes. Yes. So that's also something. So, I mean, there are so many questions that we ask the customer before we even show them the perfumes.
Okay.
Just to understand what are they liking.
Never ever I used to go to the perfume store, probably they would be like, okay, which brand do you look for? Okay.
Exactly. It's always the brand. Nice. It's not about the product and, this thing. And in fact, we tell them each one, while we are talking to them about the perfume, we give them tips of how to wear it. We tell them, what do you say? How do I say that? Tips of how to wear it, and of course, where where and when also, depending on the timings. Yeah, so all of that. Okay. We ask a lot of questions before we share perfumes with them.
That's really, really good.
And that is it for today, folks. Do give it a like, share, and subscribe if you really like the content that we share here on the podcast. This is Bharat91, the Indian Founder Stories podcast, brought to you by Easycart. So see you soon. Stay tuned. Until then, stay safe and take care.